What's up, guys? Lee from Motorbike Gaming here, and today we are going to be discussing a very large word that we've come up with, and that's the de-evolution of games. So this is basically games where they've tried to be clever, tried to be good in their next game in the series, but fucked it up completely.
Yeah, we've got a couple of examples, but it's something we want to be careful of as consumers because people want to sell you the same shit over and over again. That's one element. But obviously games can get worse when they try and do something or fix a problem they've had.
Or fix a problem that they didn't have, which comes relevant to my complaint.
Go on then, go for it.
So Fight Night Round 3 on the PS3, one of my favouriteest games in the history of the world. When I had my PlayStation 3, that game was what I played 90% of the time. I'd mastered it. I could parry like a motherfucker and power shot them back. It was beautiful. I fucked their faces up and they looked like Snare.
Where did that come from?
Huh? But then we had Fight Night Round 4 and Fight Night Champion, where they introduced new total punch control, where you had to go like this to do straights and then a little bit more across and you did another punch and then to the side you did another. It was too close. I wouldn't know what the fuck I was throwing. That annoyed the fuck out of me. I know some people like it. I fucking didn't. And I consider it a major step back from the perfection that Round 3 was.
If I remember correctly, though, you still had the directional punches.
You did, but they were like...
You push a button and then push a stick motion.
No, you would just push the stick. But the trouble is, they sort of had it like this, and then the other ones were like that, and you have more like that, and it was just too close together. I could never tell what I was going to throw.
Just because you didn't get good?
I'm a fucking Neanderthal, mate. I need to have this game fucking work with me. Jesus Christ.
But it is true. I mean, my problem is, or my example is more of a sequel problem, where you have a game that came out, it was Mercenaries on the PS2, and it was a good game. I enjoyed it. It was very much like a Just Cause type of game, where lots of destruction, lots of army vehicles and guns and open world, that kind of thing, and it was quite good. You know, the game was a good fun, but then they brought out Mercenaries 2, which just had quality drop off like you wouldn't believe. The engine noises of cars would restart when you're driving them. Things would kind of clip and blow up too late, too early. Enemies would clip in and out. It was an absolute mess. But obviously they're building on the success of the first Mercenaries. They're trying to do something different, but not, and do it worse. And it's shocking to see. I mean, who knows what the story is behind the game? I don't. I just speaking as a consumer. But when you get a devolution of a game, where why games get worse, sometimes there's no apparent reason, because all you see is the final product and it's shit. It's kind of disappointing.
And of course we have the very rare example of a devolution of game in the same game.
Ooh, this is interesting. Tell me about this one.
No, this is one I'm throwing in there at the last minute.
Oh, go for it.
Shock. Because I'm going to have to try and remember the name of the game.
I'll try and help you out.
Yes, okay. It's the Jack Black game.
Brutal Legend.
Brutal Legend, thank you, sir. I knew one of us remember. So we got the demo, we played it. It's a pretty fun third-person action game. Quite liking this. Oh, we get a car in the main game. Brilliant.
Yep.
So we played it, and then it turns into an RTS, and you're like...
Yeah, it's a weird RTS, because it's like a third-person RTS.
Yeah.
Because you can jump into it and get involved, but then you have to start organising your troops, don't you?
Yeah, it's annoying to play, and this isn't why I bought the game. If you're going to release a demo, have the majority of your gameplay be represented in the demo.
Fun fact, Jack Black is the kid on the advert for Pitfall for the Atari 2600.
I thought it was Larry Bundy Jr.
Yeah, but yeah, this is a good example where the game hasn't necessarily got worse, but it's inside its own game changed what the game is. Well, the same sort of thing actually happened with a demo of Resident Evil 4.
5
even.
Yes,
where you had the demo was a level that was just ridiculously difficult and felt overdone in terms of number of enemies, and you got swamped and you hadn't had time to get used to the controls or the mechanics, so you kind of were felt with, oh well, that's just going to be not much fun if I die all the way through it. But when you get to that moment in the actual game, it's not that bad and it's definitely manageable. So it kind of like demo to game kind of got better, so the other way around.
Yeah, but I mean, let's not forget, a lot of people don't like Resident Evil 5.
No, that is true. But demos is a thing that it does happen from time to time, but not a lot anymore.
No, we still
get betas instead.
You still get the occasional one on Steam. You get the occasional Steam demo that comes out.
Or Free Play Weekend now. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a demo, isn't it?
But yeah, I mean, to not represent like what 70% of your game is in a demo that you're basically supplying so people can play it and go, wow, yeah, I want to get the full game of that. It's a little bit cheeky.
Yeah, but it is a problem we need to keep an eye on. Just because if we get complacent as consumers of video games, then people will just think that's acceptable.
Yeah, it's just something that's bugged me. I mean, right from the start, when we were talking about doing this channel, I was always like, that Fight Night control problem, I want to rant about that at some fucking point.
It's taken you 4 years.
It's taken me 4 years, but we finally got there.
After, I don't know, 500 videos.
My mission is complete. I can return to my home planet.
Yes. I knew it. I knew you weren't human.
Oh, I'm subhuman, I believe is the term.
Yeah, not even, you're below the underclass, mate. But yeah, so I think games in general, I think some publishers and developers don't let this happen. Quite a lot of, I would say, good developers don't stick to one thing, and that's where you can see the problem most often. But let's not forget Bethesda as a developer, who have stuck with the same sort of technology for such a long time in their Fallout games that has now become the next installment is worse because they're not moving with the technology. Fallout 76 obviously point in question here that it's a crap game because it's clunky and it's not very well optimized and it doesn't run very well, and they haven't fixed it because maybe the technology is just too old or they haven't invested in making it better.
Yeah, another good example is Telltale games.
Keeping the same tech, and they went under.
Yeah, just doing the same thing over and over again, but with different like characters, basically.
But I would not necessarily say that would be worse, because I mean, if you liked the first Walking Dead game, then every other Telltale game after that was the same. We were chasing that fire every single time.
Yeah, but they hardly ever caught it was a problem.
Yeah, Wolf Among Us though, that was good.
Yeah, but the second one got cancelled because of their shutdown.
Yeah, we never know. You might see it in the future, but that's a different video.
Yeah.
But yes, so that's our views on games getting worse when the intention is actually trying to get better. The devolution.
Yeah, I mean, it is, as you say, it's a tricky balancing act because you don't want to just produce the same stuff every time you put out an iterative version of the game, like FIFA or something like that, which sells gangbusters for some curious. I buy it every 2 years now because there's no point. And you don't want to like push change on that makes the game demonstrably worse. But it's like trying to find that balance where you're improving the systems of the game rather than necessarily just taking a sideways turn and fucking up your audience.
Let's not forget games like Destiny. First game had massive story-related problems and studio problems of actually making a complete like vision of the game. Second one comes out. Initially, it's slightly better than the first one. Then you understand all the microtransactions and game progress throttling and all the other stuff they put in, which made the game worse in my opinion. So it is still a thing at the moment, and now they're away from Activision. Hopefully the next installments will be much better.
We can but hope.
But one thing to mention, I think we could say as a game that got better with having those problems, is The Division.
Yeah, certainly The Division 2 was hugely better than the first one, particularly the first one at launch. That was just...
Yeah. They learned from the mistakes and they applied that knowledge to the second instalment as almost like a fresh start, and it worked.
And it was what you wanted to see in a sequel. It didn't radically change any of the systems, it just improved upon the systems that were present in the previous game.
Yeah, and not just doing a completely different game. And that's what I meant earlier by some developers have the chance to do a game and then do something completely different, and then do something completely different. And that negates the problem of things getting worse, unless they are doing an Ubisoft of watchtowers and cell block towers and vantage points on every single kind of game they were doing for a while. And there is a certain theme to Ubisoft games, but they're breaking away from that, I think.
Yeah, it's like Metal Gear. And you had Metal Gear 5 come out, which I wasn't the biggest fan of.
Nope.
But it was a Metal Gear game, definitely. And then you had Metal Gear Survive, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I didn't go near that.
Yeah, I did. Sorry.
Yeah, so...
I got a video out of it.
There are some things that do get better, but it's just, noting those ones that do get worse and maybe remembering that next time you come to purchase a video game. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think this is for all the developers that watch us.
All of them.
All of them. Well, we know one does occasionally.
Yeah, Bob was hungry.
Bob is hungry.
The developer of that. Yeah, we should really remember what they're called. But probably Bob's Development Studio or something.
Nice guy. He said we'd make a good video.
Yeah. Thanks. But guys, yeah, we have videos coming out every Wednesday and Saturday. Please like and subscribe to the video. Or not subscribe to the video, but subscribe to us.
To the channel.
Yeah. And hope to see you again soon. So.
Yeah, and if you do subscribe, there's a bell down there somewhere. I'm not sure where I'm pointing. Probably round about there.
No, there is no button there.
You just need to click it as fast as you can, and it'll make Snare happy.
Click the subscription knob. Well, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll take care of you. No, you take care of yourselves, and we'll see you again soon.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye.